Pretty crazy. I definitely never thought my career would get to doing things like this. I never thought that house music would be effective at crowds that size, but it's working now. It's wild.
This is how Chris Lake turned tech house from an underground genre into one of the most dominant sounds in dance music. Back in 2017, tech house was still largely a club genre. By 2019, tech house had a Grammy nomination and a Billboard #1. Chris Lake was at the center of every one of those moments. His track Operator, Ring Ring, in 2017, premiered as BBC Radio 1's hottest record in the world and became the official anthem of Hard's Holy Ship Festival. That was the first signal that tech house was ready to cross over. It had the energy of festival music, but the soul of the underground. And Chris Lake was the one proving those two things could exist in the same record. Then came Losing It. Fisher co-produced the track with Chris Lake, and after Fisher first played it at Coachella, it became so widely bootlegged by other DJs that he was forced to release it officially. When a tech house track with barely any vocals was getting 100,000 plus streams a day, something was working. It hit #1 on Billboard's Dance Club Songs chart, spent 62 days at #1 on Beatport, a record at the time, and received a Grammy nomination for Best Dance Recording. A stripped-back, baseline-driven tech house record competing with the biggest names in music. That had never happened before. Losing It contributed massively to the shift from mainstage EDM dominating the charts to house and tech house becoming the more dominant force. The key was that it crossed over without compromising. No pop vocal, no major label sound, just a groove that was so catchy it couldn't be ignored. In 2018, Chris Lake and Fisher headlined EDC Las Vegas' main stage, a coronation of tech house as the new sound of popular dance music and of both artists as its faces. That community was 80,000 strong during Chris Lake's set at EDC Las Vegas 2022. The underground had officially gone mainstream. Chris Lake is completely independent. He owns all his records, all his masters. That independence is what allowed him to build Black Book Records into a platform that brought artists like Cloonee and Mochakk to global audiences, extending the reach of the tech house movement into the next generation of artists. The lesson is this: you don't have to compromise your sound to reach a mainstream audience. You have to find the version of your sound that is so undeniable it breaks through on its own. Chris Lake spent 2 decades building to that moment. The artists who study that blueprint are the ones who last. We're launching Pacer, an app that does everything a marketing and growth team would do for a major label artist to help independent artists grow their careers. If you're tired of figuring it out alone, Pacer's for you. Sign up for early access at pacermusic.co.